Hey guys and gals, A here. Welcome to another episode of EDC. So today I have another review for you on an Alpaka gear bag. Want to know what bag that is and my thoughts on it? Come on back because here we go. Alright guys and gals, so I am doing a review on an Alpaka gear bag, and I am an Alpaka ambassador, and that means that they send me products and I test them and then review them, but they are not buying my positive review. I'm going to give you my opinion on the bag and let you know my thoughts on it. And if they're good, they're good. And if I think that the bag could use some improvement, I will definitely let you know that. So this bag is the Air Sling V2 version 2. So it's a thin bag, and it has a little strap right here that you could grab this and carry the bag like that. And then the strap also, comes around, and I loosened it up so I could wear it crossbody. My hood's getting in the way, but crossbody just like that. And now, as you could tell from looking at it here, this is a slim bag. This is a very slim, easy to carry, kind of disappears bag, which I love. And this is in the olive green color, which is coming out fairly true to color on camera. Like what I'm seeing here is what I'm seeing there. It might be a little deeper than what you're seeing, but fairly close. And so you have this flap that comes over. You have one pocket here on the front. You can see the zippers there. Then obviously there's an opening on the inside for the majority of the bag. And then on the back, we have one here. Now this bag comes in at 11.42 inches. It is 7.5 inches high, and it is 2.76 2 3/4 inches deep when it is fully loaded out. So this bag has some very cool features on it. They are rocking the YKK zippers. And then this is their mag locks. This is a magnetic mag locks. And what that means is to open this, you're going to slide it and separate it. So they slide together like a puzzle. But to attach it, you bring it close, and it is going to snap itself into place. So you just get it near where it needs to be, and that thing is going to snap in, which is very handy if you're trying to snap it behind you. You could actually get it in without too much trouble. You're not having to slide it back into place like that. Just kind of bring it near each other and it snaps. Excellent attachment point. And I've never, because it's not a magnet that you just like magnet apart, magnet together, but you actually have to slide it apart. I have never had it separate while I was wearing it, which is a very good feature, especially when you learn what this bag was made for. So I actually will say I picked this bag out because I like the looks of it, and I love a good sling bag. And when I got the bag and started messing around with it and putting gear in it, I put an item in here and was like, dude, it was made for this item. Like this thing that I put in here, it was made for. And then I read the material online about the bag and read that it was indeed actually made for this item. So I just like happened to luck into finding an item that actually fit in here perfectly, and then only to realize later that's what the bag was made for. So we'll get into that in a second, but it is made for a specific item. And if you have that item, excellent bag. Definitely, I think, a must get. So on here, we have a little buckle, a little buckle right there, and this is the same as the other one. You separate it. See which way I need to pull it. Come on. Slides that side. Nice. So you slide it apart, and then you bring it close together and it magnetizes shut. I cannot tell you how used to the magnetized shut I have gotten, but basically I just kind of throw the lid down, and when they get close, I'll hear that it has snapped into place. And it has a little circle slide out and a circle slide in. So you just slide it together and it attaches, or you bring it close and it attaches and you slide it apart. So high-vis interior, you know of my love for that. The front of this has a zippered pocket, and now I turn this pocket into my EDC pocket. So if I wanted to carry the item that is in here, and I only wanted to carry a bag for that, I'm not going to have like a fully loaded out sling bag, but I am going to have my EDC essentials in here and carry this item, and I think that is an awesome setup. So this has one zipper on it. It opens one way, and it kind of opens up here, and you can see I've got my items. Now my basics for EDC are knife, flashlight, pen, and multi-tool. So I do not have a pen in this bag, full disclosure, but I do now because I actually forgot about that. So I'm just going to drop that into the bottom of that pocket right there. But so this pocket opens up. It does not, let's see, it doesn't, like flop open, which is excellent, especially if you're wearing it, but it opens definitely more than enough to access. So here, covering both covering multi-tool, is my Leatherman Skeletool CX. Got a nice little blade on here. You have a really solid bit driver, and then the pliers on here. Excellent multi-tool, does the job, and it is small enough to fit in here. Now this is maxing out the height that this zipper will go. So if you have a multi-tool that is taller than this, it is not going to fit vertically in this front pocket. And then for flashlight, I went the Black Scout Survival Through Night W1. So this is a rechargeable flashlight, has several modes, small and pocket sized, and same color as the bag. Went with the olive green there. Thought that was a really cool option. And then I have a SC Zancudo, and that is my knife of choice for this bag. It is small, it is lightweight, it is good looking, and it gets the job done. So easy addition to this bag. I'll close it up later in a second. And then inside this other pocket here, I have a wet one and a breath strips. And then now, as you just saw me add, sitting down in the bottom of this pocket is a pen. So this pocket's laid out. You've got one pocket, and then on the front you have the same thing, a pocket here and a pocket here, and then the bottom part in there. So I made it where this was my, EDC pocket. I have this in here. I have the item that is in the bag. I'm ready to rock and roll and have what I need. Now, what is this bag made for? So inside of here, you have a bag with well, here, I'll just go ahead and pull the item out. That'll make this a lot easier. So this bag is actually made for the Nintendo Switch. So my Switch is what was riding in here. So inside of here, it slides right down the back, and inside of the front, there's one divider, and that is a felt lined divider. So you put the back of your Switch, you slide it in just like this. You put the back of the Switch here, and then that felt lined divider is what is sitting up against the screen. And that does leave the opening in front for you to put some stuff, but there are no pockets in here because you don't want to put too much in here and have something damage the screen of your Switch. So, and like I said, I just kind of stumbled upon that. I was like, hey, I wonder if my Switch will fit in here. It looks kind of like it would. And I slid it in, and I was like, yep, that is it. So you could definitely get your Switch in here. You could probably throw in a few games if you wanted, or if you had a game organizer, you could do that. But with my Switch in there and my EDC up here, I am ready to rock and roll. And we still have one more pocket, and that is on the back side. And this is where the magic really comes in of this bag. So for me, I've got my EDC gear here. I've got my Switch in here for when I want to carry it. And then in the back here, you actually have a pretty big pocket with some organization. So you have a slip pocket here, a slip pocket here, the high-vis interior pocket, and a little keeper. And this keeper will actually separate from the bag, and you got the little clip left behind. You just slide that on, and you're ready to rock and roll again. So now I can put my keys in here and my wallet in here. So I got wallet and keys in here, EDC gear up front in this pocket, my Switch in that pocket, If I'm traveling and going to like an appointment where I know I'm going to be sitting around waiting for a while and I want my Switch to play, or, I'm taking, someone else to an appointment or, something, if I want my Switch with me when I leave the house, this is an excellent way to do it and be minimalistic in my carry. I have a bag, my Switch will be protected. I have the gear I need in case my pockets are empty, and I have somewhere to store my wallet and my keys, so I'm ready to go. Like, I cannot tell you how much I love this bag. Absolutely incredible, and a perfect way to take my Switch with me. So if you also are rocking a Nintendo Switch, I think you need to look into this bag. Now, if you are not rocking the Nintendo Switch, do I think you should carry this bag? Yes, if. Yes, if you are carrying a smaller tablet or a Kindle e-reader. My iPad mini fits in here perfectly, and because the Switch has the joysticks that stick out, the iPad mini actually takes up less space and leaves me more room in the main compartment to bring more stuff with me. So I could put my iPad mini in there and then still have room to bring like a book or something like that, or a notepad or anything along those lines. Room to add more stuff with that. If you have like a Kindle or an e-reader, something like that, a small tablet, small electronic, anything like that, this is an excellent bag, and an excellent way to carry minimal items with you, but enough to be prepared. This is not a bag that is ginormous and holding all of your stuff. It's holding your Switch or your small electronic, and it's holding a few pieces of gear that you want to keep on you, as well as probably like your keys and your wallet or whatever you want back here. So with my, when I do reviews of items, oh, and this bag is coming in at $85. $85 bag to carry your Nintendo Switch or small electronic and some essentials with you. So when I do reviews, I have a little system here, and I have a rating system. I would return it. That means that I didn't like the item so much that I would actually take the time to send it back. I would accept it, which means I'm not going to spend my own money on it, but I'd be stoked if I got it as a gift. I would actually, buy this item and spend my own money on it. I would replace, if something happened to this item, I would get another one. And then the highest level is I would buy multiples. Like, I like an item so much that I would buy multiples of it. So for this item, this is a I would replace. I am going to use this bag. It is going to stay loaded out with some key pieces of essential gear, and it's probably going to stay near where the Switch does. And then if I'm leaving the house and want to take the Switch with me, I am going to drop my Nintendo Switch in it. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to grab my keys, and I'm going to head out the door. And I'm going to have exactly what I need to know my Switch is protected and safe. And I have a few pieces of gear with me since I'm not grabbing another bag to go. So this is going to become a key way that I travel with small electronics. And I think nowadays we all travel with electronics. Now, it might not be all the time, but at some point we are traveling with electronics, and this is an excellent way to do it. Now, I do have the fifth gen iPad. It's not the iPad Pro, I believe it. So I think it's just the fifth gen iPad Air, maybe. And I've got it in a little, the Magic Keyboard case, right there. And this item is too big to fit in that bag. It won't slide all the way down in. And even if it did, it is every bit as tall of this bag, even a little bit more. So this tablet at 10.9 inches is too big for this bag. But my iPad mini fits in there, like I said, like a dream, like no problem at all, and literally made for the Switch. So small electronics, want to travel with them and have a few key pieces of gear, absolutely. And like I said, this is going to be loaded up with a few pieces of gear up front, and it's going to sit by where my Switch does. And if I want to travel, drop the Switch in, hit the road, I'm good to go. So definitely check this out. Like, I really, really like this bag, and I really like the ability to travel with a few pieces of gear and the electronic you want. So definitely let me know what you think. Do you think this bag is something that you could use? Like I said, I'm stoked. Like, to be able to carry my Switch, know it's protected, and have a few other pieces of gear with me, That's awesome. So yeah, I will never ask you to like or subscribe. You do you, but I would appreciate it if you did both. Definitely comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this bag, or if you have a way that you travel with stuff. Because I have a switch case. Like I have a hard case. I can slide it in, and it has a few games, but I don't have anything else with me. This, I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm actually going to see if my Switch case will fit in here, because then I'd have some games with me and my Switch would be even more protected. But yeah, how do you travel with your small electronic devices, and do you think this might be an awesome way? I will have a link to this bag below, as well as a discount code. Use it and save 10% on everything you buy at Alpaka Gear, and I will be back with a new video soon. Remember, EDC? EDC.